Good afternoon, everyone. We're meeting today to go over some great organizations that we have and talk to them about the great work that they're doing. These are our 2025 charity partners, and we're going to go ahead and talk about how the CFC is vitally important to our charities and describe the great work that they're doing.
Thanks, Robin. My name is Aaron McClung. I'm the Chief Development Officer at Feed More, Central Virginia's core hunger relief organization. We are proud members of Feeding America as well as Meals on Wheel America. We believe that thriving communities start with full plates. In our service area, we're serving over 200,000 individuals every month. That's over across 29 counties and 5 cities. And that's actually, we have about 30,000 federal employees in our area. So we're thrilled to be talking to a lot of those folks today. Absolutely. Feedmore relies exactly on that, small donations, literally thousands of them. I think last year we received over 15,000 donations. The vast majority are from individuals. The average gift is a little over $100. So what does that $100 do? That $100 allows us to deliver about 400 meals because of the power of purchasing at scale, the charitable network of food donations, and our own in-house kitchen. We're able to take that money and grow it into about 400 meals to distribute out in the community. So every gift matters, no matter how large, no matter how small, it all adds up and it's all part of the whole. So we're simply a reflection of the community that we live in, and we've got a generous one, and we really appreciate the federal employees and friends for helping us out. Sure, we really believe in the power of nourishing our community by empowering lives, and that empowerment comes from what that hope looks like. And for us, that hope may look like a teacher being able to ensure that students in need have enough food to get through the weekend through our weekend backpack program, which goes out to almost 2,000 students every Friday. It may look like a grandparent who's on a fixed income and their benefits may not last through the end of the month, going to one of our over 400 different food partner agencies to grab some food that they need to kind of make ends meet. Or it might be a parent who's got some hungry kids and they don't know where their meals are coming from. In an emergency situation where there might be a loss of a job, limited income, recovering from a health event, being able to provide that certainty because most of the folks that we work with, food's not just the only thing. It's a lack of resources, could be housing, could be transportation, health, but food's something we need. Food's something we need every day in and day out. So these donations really help us in our area to ensure that the folks who come to see us can count on us to make sure there is enough food to kind of last as long as they need it.
Wow.
Well, Robin, I think there's a lot of needs out there, and there are so many challenges that we hear about day in and day out. And I think that it's easy to get to lose sight of what the goodness is in our country. And I think the CFC campaign just is one representation of how our federal friends really take care of the communities they live, nationwide causes, those that impact the greater world. And whether you're doing this locally with a food bank or nationally helping folks, around the world, you are making an enormous impact collectively and individually. And like what Valerie and Kennedy were saying, wherever you give, it's greatly appreciated by the partners you work with. Yes, at Feedmore, we have at least 27 different types of ways to volunteer. If you're in the Central Virginia area, we'd more than welcome that. Anything related to food, answering calls on our helpline, responding to inquiries, being part of our professional volunteer corps. But I would say no matter where you are across the country, there's a food bank or food pantry that could use your support. So if you want to volunteer, please just look up your local food access and food rescue organization and to do that. And also those that are interested and have the capacity and time to deliver Meals on Wheels. It's a great experience. You won't regret it, and you're going to learn a lot about the community in which you live.
AmeriCares saves lives and improves health for people affected by poverty or disaster so they can achieve their full potential. AmeriCares invests in local health centers. When local health centers thrive, so do people in their communities, with better health, more opportunities, and increasingly productive lives. AmeriCares programs help communities prepare for, respond to, and recover from disasters. Increase access to critical medicine and medical supplies, improve and expand clinical services, prevent disease and promote good health in vulnerable communities. More than 98% of our resources support health programs. $10 donated can provide $200 in aid. AmeriCares. Health is on the way.
I really love this question because hope looks different for every single response and program at AmeriCares, but it's almost always found in the moments where people feel seen and supported. It could be a doctor in Texas that's been impacted by the flooding, who's finally able to process what they've been through and continue supporting their community. It's a small community hospital in South Georgia that hadn't seen a single response organization until ours 3 days after a hurricane, and who struggled to find resources but can now recover and restore their services. It's a nurse in Tanzania who receives medicines to treat fistula, or a training in the Philippines that would provide clinics with the resources they need to prepare for the next typhoon. And these are all just examples from my own personal experience in the field. So that goes to show you just how drastic the hope could be. And CFC donors are what part of makes this possible. You support our warehouses being stocked. Our emergency teams, like myself, can be ready to deploy. Our local partners are then equipped to serve their communities. And because of you, we can respond in hours instead of days. And ultimately, we don't just ship supplies. We really build and focus on that relationship aspect. We work with the local partners that know their communities best. And no matter where we are, the goal will always be the same: to restore health and hope. Great question. I think I wish more people understood that the first responders we see helping during disasters, this could be a teacher, a nurse, EMT, search and rescue team, the owner of a food bank, they've often been through the disaster they're supporting. And these nurses and doctors and clinic staff are actively treating patients after a hurricane, but may have lost their own home or car or even their family. And at AmeriCares, we focus on not just, like I said, restoring those health services for the community, but really also on caring for the people who are delivering those services. So we help the helpers by providing mental health support, ensuring clinics have the medicines they need to reopen, and creating systems of support so they can cope with what they've been through, but also continue supporting their neighbors. Yeah, I would say that I am very lucky to meet the people that my organization serves and to be on the ground, and that you may never meet the people we serve, but your impact ultimately will. I think that I'm taking away from this conversation is just how connected our work really is, whether it's AmeriCares restoring access to health after disaster, or Feed More ensuring families have nourishment, or Valerie at DRWF supporting those living with diabetes. Together, we're really all helping people find stability in the middle of crisis, and hearing how each one of us approaches that from different angles has really reminded me that none of us can do this work alone. And every organization here, as Aaron said, is a part of some chain of care, and those donations would be beneficial for all of us. Your support will ultimately travel much farther than you might ever see, reaching the people that will need it the most. Yeah, AmeriCares offers a variety of volunteer opportunities from all walks of life, whether you're a medical professional, a corporate group, or just someone who wants to give back. We have a global roster that we maintain of 100 medical professionals and logistics officers that could deploy during a disaster. And if you're interested in that, you can check out our website. But we also, during disasters, we build hygiene kits and have hygiene kitting events where we build the hygiene kits that will ultimately go directly to our partners. So during the LA wildfires, those kits were one of the very first received by individuals at shelters. And we've mostly utilized our roster during Hurricane Helene, where we had a mobile medical unit. But if you're looking to get involved and work with us, you can check out our website or our social media. All of that stays up to date. And
Yes, I can. Thank you. So, over the years, I have attended several CFC charities, and I encountered many individuals, some who are unaware, just, they heard about diabetes, but really don't know much about it or the details. And I kind of want to share with them about knowing what your A1C is and what that means. And someone didn't know, what is an A1C? Well, the A1C is a measure to test a blood sugar. So once they get a blood work, what those numbers mean. So I like to share with them about that. Also want to share with them about, lifestyle changes, other information about diabetes awareness and risk factors. And so within sharing to them that they may not have known or have family members, is always helpful to me to give them information, vital information, as well as those who are already diabetic, provide them, as I mentioned before, about the free diabetes alert necklace. So in case of any emergencies, they have that for themselves and their loved ones. And then finally, how it affects me personally is that knowing that if I'm helping them, it also helps me because I love to share. I love to help people. It also is inspiring to me. And so that's where it's affect me personally, but also helps them and also the general community which I'm serving. Okay, well, I would like to just give you just our organization is for people living with diabetes every day. Our mission is to, as I said, to help find a cure until that goal is achieved, to provide care and self-management skills needed to combat this disease. So I just want to say on a personal level, unfortunately, I have a family history of family members who are diabetic. I lost my parents to diabetes. I have close relatives and extended relatives who are also living with the disease or have succumbed to the disease. And I myself has experienced pre-diabetes. So this is why I feel that this, organization and this cause is very personal to me. It couldn't get even more personal than that. And more so, it just for me to help those who are also like myself or family members or have family members, that to let them know that there is hope, that, this is having diabetes is not a death sentence. It can be managed. But you just need, education and knowledge to know how to do so. And this is where diabetes research and wellness comes in to help those to do that, as well as we research for a cure. Well, I want to have them takeaway is to know the importance of CFC and how the need for it to continue. It's not just an online donation, but it's also a personal where you can meet the representative of an organization up close, where you can receive materials. So, the cause that you are serving is, from a personal standpoint, from where you're getting information, from where you're getting materials, from where you are getting a better understanding of the donor can get a better understanding of what they are supporting. And so that's why I just feel that, the greatest takeaway is to learn about the important cause of all the charities and what they're doing and how your help can serve the community nationwide.
For that help.
Well, oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, well, we can help. You can help us remotely. We have a diabetes wellness newsletter. We're always looking for news stories, articles that you can be reading, that you can submit, personal stories. We have an online newsletter that goes out to our donors and also those who just would like to subscribe to the newsletter as well. So that is something that we are looking for someone to do, even also a health professional that maybe specialize in that area of diabetes. Also, we're looking for someone for that too as well. So that's where you can volunteer, and you can do that from anywhere.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much. This is such great information. It's beneficial to our campaign workers and all of the donors that can get the opportunity to view this. We hope that they're able to take this as the inspiration that we're going to leave with today.